Hey guys, thanks for joining us for another episode of Crew Talk, which is the podcast for Bombers CrossFit. We build healthy humans. That's our saying. And we're here today with someone who started at a point where you were doing one class a week and now is getting ready, or maybe today was your 200th class.
Today was the 200.
Today was the 200. So we want to talk about that kind of journey that you've been on in CrossFit. And so Dan, if you could introduce yourself, give us a little bit of your background, where you're from, that kind of thing.
Okay, I'm Dan. I was born in Detroit. Parents moved out to the suburbs. I was the fourth son, and the one bedroom they were living in was too small at that point. Joined the Air Force, went to the Air Force Academy, and spent 26 years in the Air Force, and
Wow.
retired here in Dayton. And then taught at UD for 6 years or so, and now I'm retired again, or mostly retired.
Mostly retired again. Okay. So growing up in Detroit, how was that? What did your dad do?
He worked at the Free Press and the Detroit News. He was what they called a steer typer,
Okay.
which was the guys who cleaned up the plates, whatever little imperfections were on them before they
Yep.
went to press. And
Yep.
and eventually he was there long enough that his job went away because they went to the computers and
That's right. Yeah, I had an uncle who was a typesetter at the St. Louis Globe Democrat. So, yeah.
yeah, and so we were in the far suburb growing up, so there was the swamp just a little bit over and enough trees and stuff, and we rode our bikes everywhere. It was good.
Yeah. You had 3 brothers?
3 older brothers and then 1 younger sister.
Okay. All right. And how was that growing up? Were you pretty close in age, or?
Well, year and a half, 2 years apart at most.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a 3-bedroom house. It wasn't a huge house. It wasn't air conditioned, and so it was two double bunk beds for the 4 boys, and my sister had her own room, and of course my parents had the master bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, my dad, the first time he bought a window air conditioning unit. It was a big deal.
Luxury.
It was a big deal. Yeah. Except then he had to yell at us to tell us to close the door all the time. You know? So, so did you go to regular school, or?
Yeah, public school. Well, first 5 years I went to the Catholic elementary school, and that closed down, and then I went public from then on.
Did you play sports, or what did you guys do?
We played baseball in the street, which, and everyone always asks, because I'm tall, everyone always says, "Did you ever play basketball?" And it's like, no, my brothers never played basketball, so I never played basketball. I did what they did.
Yeah, yeah. What about your sister? So she was the youngest.
She was the youngest. She didn't do any sports.
No. Were you guys nice to her, or did you?
Well, it depends. If you ask us, sure.
Yeah.
If you ask her,
Probably not.
and being the youngest, she has the most memory of all the bad things we did.
That's right. Yeah. And so you grew up in Detroit. You said your parents moved at some point, or?
Well, just from the city of Detroit to the suburb,
Okay,
which
I
is
see.
all of 8 or 10 miles.
So what possessed you to go in the Air Force? Did your dad was never in the military, right?
Well, he was during World War II,
Okay, all right.
a long time ago.
What about you? Any of your brothers going to military, or?
No, none of them.
And so you just decided Air Force Academy.
Well, one day we were in art class, which no one particularly cared to be in, and the counselor came in and said, "Hey, I got this recruiter here from the Air Force Academy. Anybody want to not go to class today and come and talk to him?" I said, "Sure."
Yeah, I don't want to go to class.
And he showed us a video, a movie, not a video at that point, but a movie, and it showed, here we are, and we go out ballooning before class and do all these other fun stuff. And I was like, well, that sounds okay. Never saw a balloon, but
Yeah. And so you applied and got in?
I applied and got in, and my mom bought a one-way ticket from Detroit to Colorado Springs, and the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah. And how did you like the academy?
I
Was it the first time you'd been away from home, or?
Pretty much. I went to Oklahoma for a math camp.
Okay.
for about 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
that was the first time I was far away. Probably probably the second time I was probably out of state.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone enjoys the first year.
Sure.
But yeah, and it grows on you. There's the camaraderie, fellowship that I don't know. I don't think you get quite as much.
Yeah, you bond in with other people, and then even though it's all shared suffering, you get through it.
Yes, and when you're a senior, the suffering is more
directed at other
away
people.
from you. Yes.
Yeah. So what did you major in?
Computer science, math, and operations research. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was there because I was a good academic student, not because I was athletic.
Yeah. Did you play any sports or anything at the academy?
At the academy. Well,
yeah.
we were organized into squadrons. Every squadron had to field every intramural team. Unless you were an intercollegiate athlete, then while they're out doing their intercollegiate athlete stuff, you're doing intramurals.
Yeah.
So, and my freshman year, my AOC, my air officer commanding, he said, "That Zalewski kid, he's not aggressive enough." So they put me on the boxing team.
Really?
And he said, "He doesn't run well." Put me on the cross country team, and I could swim, so I got to be on the swim team for the third season.
Yeah. How was boxing? Had you ever boxed before? Or?
Well, no, but everybody boxes at the academy.
Oh, okay.
It's a PE class requirement.
Yeah. Okay.
But actually boxing is, it's like any of the martial arts. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I mean, karate, you spar, but you don't actually try to hit people.
Yes. Yeah. And so when you finished the academy, where did you did you go into? What was your career?
Well, I chose computer science, computer programming at the time.
Yep.
So my first assignment was at the Pentagon doing programming, and that career field kind of went away. They started contracting it out, and they called us communications officers, which it's like, I don't know anything about communications.
Yeah.
And eventually I became what they call a scientific analyst, which is an operations research guy.
So when you first started computer programming, let me ask you, what was the
technology?
What was the main programming language they were using at that time?
What we were using was something called PL1, which was advanced for the time, and it was a very advanced computer we had where you could do classified and unclassified on the same machine. I don't think they do that anymore.
No, I don't think so.
Certified at the time, but my very first office, and I actually had an office at the Pentagon. It was the first and probably only time I had an office in the Air Force, and I had these teletype machines.
Yeah.
Where it's not a screen at all. It's just a printer, and I could type faster than it could print. It was a line programming environment. And by the time I left the Pentagon 4 years later, we actually had monitors, and it was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember the first computer they got us was one of the old Z100s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before that, we had this typewriter, and at one point we got this Adler typewriter that had this little screen, and you could type, and then once you hit return, then it would print out what was on the screen. It was like a daisy wheel printer.
So you could see what you were typing.
You could see it before you committed. Yeah. That was like earth shattering, because man, it saved a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
But. So you went to the Pentagon. Where was your first duty station after that, or?
Where did I go after that? Wow, I should have prepped this. Pentagon. Oh, well, then I got a master's degree and went to Nebraska. Omaha.
Okay. Omaha. Yep.
And 4 years there in a database shop doing database stuff, and then. Back to DC for another 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Most people don't want to go to the Pentagon.
It was great. It was great as a first assignment.
Yeah.
I lived right across the street from the Pentagon, under an interstate kind of road, but I could walk to work, and every day people would come in. Oh, the traffic is so terrible. Really? My walk was delightful.
Yeah. So by the time you got back, were you married or?
No, we were married and came back here to Dayton and had my daughter was born, and then we went to Colorado Springs and a little time in Texas, and eventually got back here.
Yeah. Back to Right Pat.
Yeah.
And is this where you retired ultimately, or?
Right.
Okay.
So the kids were getting into high school age, and it was time to settle down, I said.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. My youngest son had to change high school all 4 years because we were moving. So each year of high school, he went to a different school. He wasn't happy about that, but.
Until my son got to high school, I think he changed every single year.
Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah, just the timing and the way things work. Yeah. How many kids do you have?
Just two.
Two. Boy and girl, or?
One boy, one girl.
Okay. All right. And where are they now?
My daughter's in Xenia. My son's in Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh,
the
okay.
Little Apple, as they call it.
Yeah.
And he's working towards a PhD.
Okay. Is he in the Army or?
No, just.
Oh, okay.
He met a nice professor here at Wright State, and that guy left Wright State, went to Kansas State, and said, "Hey, I can get you a research fellowship and come out and work on a PhD." And so it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, not bad at all. And what's your daughter do?
She is a geographic information technologist, I guess is what you'd call it. She does the electronic maps for the city.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that's cool. So athletically, let's talk about you. So you did intramurals when you were in the academy, okay?
Right.
Once you got out when you were in the Air Force, what did you do to try and stay in shape? What was kind of your fitness activities?
Well, the Air Force had and has since then had this once a year 1.5 mile run thing.
Yes, right.
So that was the minimum.
Yeah.
But after the academy, I was pretty naturally attuned to intramurals, so I would play whatever intramurals were coming along, flag football or volleyball.
Yeah.
And I started playing volleyball in Omaha. I mean, I was playing all along, but in Omaha, the base team had, they try out for the base team. Okay. And they had a good coach.
Yeah.
Which, that's probably when I first started playing, real volleyball as opposed to pickup volleyball.
Yeah. And so do you, are you a serious volleyball player or?
Well, not in the last decade.
Tracy Moorhead, she plays volleyball all the time. She still plays now. So, yeah. Did you ever play in the sand or anything like that, or on regular courts?
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't consider that serious volleyball. When we were in D.C., they always had a Memorial Day. One of those two holidays. They had a big 3-day tournament in Virginia Beach. Okay. On the beach, and that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I always thought playing in sand would be hard. I mean,
it would be impossible now. Back then, it was just fun diving, getting.
Yeah. I don't know. You can still play volleyball now. You still reach up, right?
Oh, I could do the middle blocking thing.
Yeah. Not the jumping and serving or spiking.
Only because I'm tall.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I couldn't do spiking because I'm nailed to the floor for the most part, so I can't jump that high. But so what did you? So you played a lot of different sports and stuff like that, and the fitness was never really an issue, or?
I guess not. Because every base, everywhere you go, they have a gym. At the Pentagon, they have one right there in the Pentagon, and so you'd go and do stuff at the gym, but it was. People go down to the gym and they do a couple bench presses and a couple curls, whatever the machines they have, and okay, that's good for me. Maybe go for a jog afterwards.
So what did you do after you retired then? How did you stay fit then? So you were working at UD, you said?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably slacked off a little bit there. Shortly after retiring, the last couple of years before I retired, there was another fellow in the office who was big on a big runner.
Okay.
And so he restarted the intramural kind of running program, and it was once a week they would have a thing, and it was just come out. You don't have to be fast, and everybody that shows up, our squadron gets a point. Okay, so I'll come out. And so we would do whatever the distance was that day. And towards the end of the season, they had a 6-mile run out to the 10K, out to the one gate and back. And and I ran and I did the whole thing. And I thought, well, if I could do this, I could do a half marathon.
Sure.
So for a couple of years there, I was training up for a half marathon. I never ran the whole 13 miles, but I got to where I could run a couple miles and walk a bit and pick up running again.
So did you enjoy running then, or?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right. And you
I was never fast.
Sure, yeah. But, there's a difference between, just building up the endurance to be able to run, is great.
Yeah, and it's a commitment to, you've got to do it.
Yeah.
At least 3 times a week I've read, and 5 times a week if you actually want to get better at it.
Right. And so that kept you pretty physically fit and active?
Active, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And so you're getting a little bit older. Did you?
Well, it was, after 26 years, mostly sitting behind a computer screen, and then teaching is not all that active because you're spending most of your time behind a computer screen prepping and grading and all of that stuff. I started being less mobile in the hips.
Yeah.
And having lower back pain, and so the doctor said, well, we'll send you over to Mobility Fit.
Okay.
Do a little therapy. And so I was over there at Mobility Fit, and running through some of the stuff, and I was looking over and saying, they're doing some of the same stuff we're doing here. And Cody was my guy, and he said, well, for your last session, why don't we set up like a CrossFit style workout instead of what we've been doing? So like, sure, okay. And I was looking over, and everything the CrossFit people were doing looked fun. So I said, after I got done with Mobility Fit, I said, well, I'm gonna try out CrossFit.
And so you gave it a shot.
I gave it a shot. Those first year, I'm a lot more. You might have been the coach of one of those first years.
Okay.
And it was like, okay, we're gonna do air squats, and I'd squat down, and they'd go lower. I can't go lower. Go lower. You can't go lower. Okay. But over time, things got better. But the first year, there would be some more volume workouts, and I was unable to move around for a couple of days afterwards. That's what limited me to about one a week at that point.
Yeah. So that's what you were doing, like one a week, but the soreness and everything was getting to you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so what pushed you on to trying to pick up the pace a little bit more?
Well, I always intended to. I mean, you're paying for as many sessions as you want.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, hey, financially, it makes you got to get your money's worth, right?
Some people are coming twice a day.
Yeah, that might be a lot, but yes.
I'm balancing it with I also play golf.
Okay.
So if I play golf and I play 18 holes, especially in the summer, by the time I'm done with that, I'm not really. I'm ready for a nap and dinner, not coming back to CrossFit for another hour.
Yeah. That's like Byron always says he does CrossFit so he can golf, not the other way around. Yeah. You want to keep a certain level of fitness going. Do you remember any particular workouts in the beginning that like struck you and said, yeah, this is what I really want to do? Because I mean, you always got, if you said that you went to the base gym before and did like the machines and things like that. You could have always done that as well. So.
Right, but I could have, but I ended up not. Yeah. I could get in the car and drive there. Spend a half an hour pushing some weights around back in the car and drive home. Yeah. Just didn't. It just wasn't happening.
Yeah. It's kind of the nice thing. The thing I like about CrossFit is that you walk in, there's a workout already planned for you. You come in, you just do whatever they tell you to do, okay, and then you go home. All right. It's like it's already planned for you.
And there's variety to it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I also have a pair of dumbbells at home, and I could go down in the basement and do 30 of whatever, 30 of something else, 30 of something else, and then be done. And the next day, do it again. And by the fourth or fifth day, it's like, I don't want to do the same thing again.
Exactly.
Come to CrossFit, it's always different.
Yeah.
Except the one I remember is the 12 days of Christmas.
Yes. Okay.
Because it happens once a year. And I think I've only done it twice, but I have I have it on the record there. This is what I did the first time.
Yeah.
I did better this time. Hey,
Yeah.
all right, making progress.
It's always good when you can look back and see that you've made progress on something like that. It's kind of, well, it's data, isn't it? I mean, it's proof. You can say, well, I don't think I'm necessarily getting any fitter, but the data says that you are. Or in some cases it says you're not. So
well, yeah, I like when you set a PR, you get to ring the bell.
Yeah.
When you've only done it one other time, that PR is pretty easy to pick up.
That's right.
I feel bad for the people with 500 classes under their belt.
Yeah. Do you remember any particular workout where you thought to yourself afterwards, man, I'm actually getting stronger. I mean, I'm actually getting, I think, fitter,
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel like that a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, even today, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember the barbell really well today. So, do you know what your 1 rep clean was before, or?
I don't.
Okay.
But I'm guessing it was less than what I did today. Although.
Yeah. Even though you did at the end 2 of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that always feels good, I'm to the point where I've been doing this long enough now, and I don't necessarily hit PRs anymore. But I feel pretty good if I get within like 10% of where I've been. I feel like I haven't degraded, So
yeah, and depending how you feel that day too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that always makes a big difference. So, so for people, that are stuck or feeling a little bit inconsistent, what do you think that they can do in order to help build some structure to come in?
To come in.
Yeah.
I have an easy life being mostly retired,
Mm-hmm.
so I can come into I can sleep in and still make the 10:30 class.
Yeah.
I go have lunch with the guys like I did today and make the 3:30 class.
Yeah.
And I've never been to the 7 a.m. class and probably won't. Or is there
the
even
5
and
a.m.
6?
5 and 6 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, that may never happen.
You should come to the 5 a.m. class one time. It's a good crew. It's a unique crew at 5 a.m. Let me tell you.
Well, I heard stories that they're very all business. We're going to do the workout. Probably don't even need the music.
That's very true. If you come in at 5 a.m., you give them a warm up, they just go and they start doing it, And it's not like 4:30, where it's like everybody's kind of wandering around, But yeah. So let's see.
But even if I was, 20 years ago, and had things to do with the kids, because it's close by and it's exactly an hour, and there's various times you could. If I had started back then, I think I would have been able to fit it in.
Yeah, and I mean, consistency is the thing, right? So it's another reason. I think it's another reason why it's good that it's kind of, it costs money, right? Because that makes you commit to coming.
That makes you commit.
Exactly, right? If it was $10 a month, you'd be like, whatever, So, but. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the base gyms are free, but.
Yeah, the base gyms are free, and nobody goes, right? So, so let's looking back at your journey across the board. What do you think as far as like CrossFit goes? What's your big takeaway? What's the lesson that you've learned about yourself?
I think the thing that keeps me coming.
Mm-hmm.
And wanting to get better, and that is that there's that structure and the coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a good coach in volleyball, a couple good coaches in volleyball actually, and then they got me better at volleyball, and then I felt like I wanted to play volleyball more.
Right.
And you come here, and I could find barbells at the base gym, but I wouldn't have somebody to tell me,
right,
you're not doing it quite right. Try this, do this. And get better at you get better at the form And then you get better at the weight, and then you go, well, I feel better about myself.
Yeah, you start to feel a little bit of success, you know,
Right.
and you realize that you're making improvement, you know. But yeah, I think coaching's important. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and but I need somebody watching me from outside telling me what I'm doing wrong, because I still do things wrong, and I don't know what I'm doing, you know. You need that extra set of eyes on the outside looking at you, you know, telling you arch your back, you know, pull your head up, pull your shoulders back. That's the big one I always get.
The funny thing is, I've never wanted to have a coach in golf, and I know if I had a good coach, it would make me better. But there's people that hang out a shingle, and you don't know that they're a good coach, and I didn't know they were good coaches here, but now I do.
Yeah. So, Dan, that's pretty much everything I could think of to ask you about. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you want to add in?
No, I think we covered a lot.
So if somebody listens to this and they think, you know, maybe I'm on the fence, what should I do? What do you tell them?
I would tell them to try it out.
Yeah.
The first class is free, or it used to be.
Free. Yeah. Yeah, and if you hate it, you don't have to come back, right?
That's right. and at any time if you don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've said that as a coach before, you know. People said, well, I don't want to do this workout. Well, you don't have to. I mean, you know, we can always, if you want to scale, we can scale to something that's going to make more sense for you that day, you know.
Well, that's something that I would say. If you're feeling bad one day, you can still come and find some level of doing it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of days I don't get to check the RX button.
Yeah.
The bar muscle up day is one of them.
The bar muscle up day. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm right there with you. So, well, Dan, thanks again for sitting down and talking to us on Crew Talk.
You're welcome.